Sanji stood there gazing at Nami with one visible eye, a smoldering cigarette hanging limp in his mouth. The next thing Nami noticed was food, the provisions he must have picked up from town, fallen out of bags and scattered over the floor by his feet. The thought of him being wasteful with food was shocking in itself. How long had he been standing there? How much had he heard? Hey Sanji-kun, when did you get back? She said, trying to act natural. 20 minutes ago. Came his reply, short, cold, with a hint of accusation. An awkward silence. So, did you want a hand bringing those in? She asked, indicating the food over the floor. As hard as she tried to keep things casual, she feared her calm demeanor wouldn't hold up under his gaze much longer. I got it, came another curt reply, but he didn't make a move. Another awkward silence, and then with a cold, blunt bark, I know what's going on, Nami. Nami felt a pit in her stomach sink. Exactly how much intel had he gathered already? Had he been using observation hockey to spy on her? During her talk with Chopper? When Chopper was testing her sample? When she was procuring her sample in the restroom? She had half a mind to slap him and the other half to charge him, but she just couldn't stay mad at him with that sorrowful look on his face. Nami began, Sanji, whatever you're thinking, is the truth, isn't it? You and Luffy, right? It wasn't really a question. His voice had lost its edge, but she could still clearly hear the sadness in his tone. She knew there was no point trying to hide her inner turmoil any longer. I don't know what to do, she said honestly, not sure what she could say to make this moment any less painful. She had known for some time he had feelings for her, though the same could be said for Robin, and any other beautiful woman. She didn't want to hurt him, but that seemed unavoidable now. Sanji took in a deep breath of his cigarette, breathed out, and spoke, adopting a gentler tone. Nami, please, before you decide anything else, talk to Luffy. I know with him you can work things out. Was this Sanji's way of saying he wants her to be happy with Luffy? She knew that was hard for him. Thanks, Sanji, I'll do that, she replied earnestly. He then took hold of her hands and echoed Chopper's words, no matter what you decide, your friends are always there for you. Yet another awkward silence. After a while, Sanji released her hands and bent down to repack their provisions. Nami bent her knees, extending a hand to offer her help, but he waved it away gently. Thanks, Nami, I got it, really. The others will be back soon, so you just get yourself freshened up for lunch, while you can get a few minutes peace. She got the hint that he wanted to be alone right now, but she couldn't leave it at that. Placing her extended hand on his shoulder, she leant forward and gently kissed his left cheek. Thanks again, Sanji, for understanding. In spite of everything, she couldn't get over how cute the little blush to his cheeks was. She soon stood up and gave him an endearing smile, just before he finished repacking, and they walked in opposite directions down the corridor. She pretended not to hear, or feel a twinge of guilt at his soft whisper, good luck, Nami Schwan, and goodbye. Nami was emotionally drained. After having a heavy heart-to-heart with Chopper and Sanji, she really hoped she wouldn't have to deal with everyone at once, at least not before talking to Luffy. She soon realized how vain that hope was when she heard his holler, or BAAAAAAAAACK, echo across the harbor, and saw that idiot with an enormous pack of supplies on his back, followed close behind by the rest of their nakama. Nami audibly sighed. Tonight I'll definitely tell him. That night, the Mugiwara agreed to spend their last in Wano aboard the Sunny, and leave early the next morning. As they sat around the table in the mess hall for dinner, everyone was abuzz discussing the journey ahead. Almost everyone. Nami had changed out of her white tank top and mini skirt she wore earlier that day in favor of her blue kunoichi outfit in honor of the adventures she had shared with her nakama in Wano. Her food portion was small and delicate, for which she was grateful to Sanji, and she noticed her side salad was arranged to resemble orange blossoms, which she thought was sweet of him. She also noticed the sour look and the practically charcoaled mess of meat Sanji gave Luffy, not that Luffy seemed too bothered. In fact, Luffy seemed to be only noticing her. She was somewhere between exasperated and impressed that he could pay so much attention to her, scarf down the abomination before him, and sneak food off a thoroughly drunk Zoro's plate simultaneously. And something else. Nami was used to Luffy finishing vast quantities of food in the blink of an eye, but this time he really seemed to be in a hurry for something. No sooner was his plate clear than he was on his feet and practically dragging Nami out of her chair. Thanks for the food, Sanji. Gotta go. Come on, Nami, I got something to show you. But Luffy I hadn't Finny, and they were gone. At this scene, Brook and Jinbei just looked confused. Usopp and Frankie gave each other a nudge and a knowing grin while Robin just smiled. Sanji scowled at his plate with dark lines over his face, while Zoro was too drunk to care. Chopper just sat there, worried about the fate of his friend. Where stories live. Discover now.